Good morning, first graders. So my name is Mrs. Merlo, and I want to talk to you about my career. I am a pastor. I'm a pastor at Florence United Methodist Church right here in Boone County, and I want to tell you about my job. So I have been working here in this church for 12 years, and I've been a pastor here for almost 3 years. What do I do as a pastor? Well, that's a good question. One of the things that I do is preach. I stand here at this pulpit and I preach to the congregation of this church. Another thing I get to do is I get to visit sick people and I get to pray with them and care for them. And I get to play games with kids and do fun crafts with kids that help them learn about God. And that's another thing that I do. I teach people about God. So that's some of the things that I do as a pastor. What are some of the tools that I have as a pastor? Well, one of the things that I use is my Bible. I use this a lot. This is probably one of the biggest tools that I use as a pastor. But I'm going to show you some other things that I use that are right here in our sanctuary. Okay, so right here in our sanctuary, we have a few tools that we pastors use. One of the things is a cross. So a cross is the symbol of the Christian church. It's a symbol of Jesus Christ, and that is, as a pastor, I'm always telling people about Jesus. So that's why we have a cross. This is our altar table. We use candles. Candles are another symbol of Jesus Christ because we call him the light of the world. And we have a Bible here and some other things. And right now our altar is purple because we're currently in the season of Lent, and purple is one of our colors for Lent. So these are some of the tools I use as a pastor. What education do I need to be a pastor? Well, that's a really good question also. I had to go to college and get a bachelor's degree, and then I had to go to another college and get a master's degree, and then I had to go to a special kind of college called a seminary. And that is a special college that trains and teaches pastors how to be pastors. Okay? So that's the education that I had to have to be a pastor. What do I like about being a pastor? That's a good question also. There's so many things I like about being a pastor. The biggest thing is that I'm doing what I believe God has called me to do. God has told me that I should be a pastor. So by being a pastor, I'm doing what God wants me to do. I also like that I get to teach people about God because that's my favorite thing. So in my job, I actually get paid to do the things that I love to do, which is teach people about God. And I love getting to play with kids in a fun way and teaching them all the things that I know and teaching them ways that can make their life better. So I get to help people. That is the best thing. I get to serve others in my job. And that's one of the things, those are some of the things that I love about being a pastor.